Thank you very much, sir, for your valuable speech. Now, I request Gyan Sharma, sir, to speak few words for this inauguration.
So after Sridhar speaking, I think I don't have more runs to hit, but he covered most of them because we just discussed that you speak because I have my session. But yes, two things which I would like to say and conclude because that's going to be the beginning of my session with the networking guideline. If you all have heard the Prime Minister's speech, particularly on the 15th of August, there were two things which were very, very interesting. Have you heard, all of you have heard the Prime Minister's speech, yes or no? The most important word was, this is an aspirational society. And he talked a lot on aspirational society on a continuous basis, 75 years of independence and the kind of dreams which we Indians are carrying in our mind to make Amrit Kal to be a true Amrit Kal. And he also talked about 5 pledges which are very interesting. If you take those 5 pledges and actually align with our professional need or professional duty, I think you all will appreciate. I'll just quickly read it out for you. I pulled it out and I wanted to just keep it very quick. There are 5 pledges. I'm just going to replace certain words in these 5 pledges and then I'll conclude because that's going to be the beginning of my session altogether. To work towards the development of India, can there be a better person than Chartered Accountant? To work for development of India. That is one point which we need to really look at. No form of slavery and to erase all forms of colonial badges. Today we are talking about making 100 India firms, which is actually going to take us to a different thought process and different level altogether. Then to display pride in heritage of the country and our profession. If you add and our profession, I think with India we carry the profession with us in heart. No, to find unity among 130 crore Indians. I think in the 130 crores Indian we have 3,50,000 chartered accountants and we are the people who define the entire economy at the national level and also at the global level. So this is something which we need to really look at, and the finance and tax literacy which we are trying to do, we can reach out to this 130 crore population only and only with one single drive, which is the finance and tax literacy drive. The last one was that all citizens, including the Prime Minister, Chief Minister and other leaders, might be it is applicable to Central Council members, Regional Council members, Managing Committee members, or you who are practicing Chartered Accountant, who are the leaders in your practice, who are actually grooming so many youngsters in the process where we have the count of close to 8.5 lakh students which we are grooming on a day-to-day basis. Don't you think that we are leaders in this entire process? So the point is that all citizens, including the Prime Minister, Chief Minister and other leaders, including all of us, must fulfill their duties as citizens. Time has come where country is actually demanding a high quality chartered accountant service in true sense. And every person, whether it is a startup or a largest organization which is already operating, they are looking up at chartered accountants to give them guidance, because laws, regulations, the kind of opportunities which are coming in, and when you talk about Sona Ki Chidiya and the kind of Amrit Kal we are talking about and the kind of opportunity, the kind of investment which is going to come in, are we geared up? Let's discuss in the next session when I'm going to come and deliberate something very interesting, groom each other, might be handhold each other and see how we can actually move forward to walk, to march towards the success of this nation, the success of the profession. Thank you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Though it is brief, it is enlightening. Now, it's my earnest duty to convey my vote of thanks, formal vote of thanks for this inaugural session. My sincere thanks to Chief Guest of the Day, C.S. Suresh Prabhu sir, former Union Minister, Umesh Sharma sir, Central Council Member, Gyan Sharma sir, Uppala Sridhar sir, Local Central Council Members, SIRC members, Chinnamastana Talkailat, SIRC Chairman and Secretary, Naresh Chandra Geli sir, Chengal Reddy, Sunil Kumar Mandava, Regional Council members from Hyderabad, our MC members, Satish Kumar Mailavarapu, Vice Chairman, Deepak Ladda Chairman, Giridhar Lal Toshnawal sir, Treasurer, Chandrababu Sikasa Chairman, Saran Kumar Uppalapati, Sikasa co-chairman, Karamanchi Ramarao Garu, Rajambal madam and ACS Reddy sir for their entire hard work in gathering these huge numbers for this national conference. My thanks continues to our speakers who have accepted our invitation and part of this great program. My thanks to staff also, Hyderabad branch staff and all the senior members, galaxy of senior members sitting here, Lakshminivas Sharma sir and past chairman, SRC chairman Murali Krishna sir and all other senior members, past chairman of the branch, all senior members and young members who are sitting here. Thank you so much. Now, after this small tea break, we will join for the first technical session. Thank you very much.
May I request all the members to please come back to the hall. We are about to start our technical session 1. Good morning to all the members. Let's begin our first technical session of the day. I welcome all the members to the first technical session on networking, merger and new advertisement guidelines. May I request the first technical session speaker, Sri Dhanivas Sharma, Central Council member from Hyderabad, to come on to the dais. I request all the members to welcome Dhanivas with a good round of applause, please. I request CA V.S. Srinivas to come and present a bouquet to the speaker of the session. It's my privilege to introduce the speaker of the first technical session, CA Dhanivas Sharma, who is the chairman of Board of Studies. A man of great professional and academic credentials, C.A. Dhanivas Sharma qualified in the year 2005 and is a managing partner of Lakshminivas & Co. Chartered Accountants. He is an information systems auditor and a certified forensic auditor, having completed diploma and certificate courses conducted by the ICI respectively. Armed with more than 23 years of experience in the fields of auditing, accounting, corporate restructuring, valuation, due diligence, and transaction advisory services and other related financial management services, C.A. Dhanivas Sharma has overseen and managed audit engagements of large corporate entities from international, private and public sector undertakings. After discharging his duties on multiple committees as chairman, vice chairman and member during his first term, he has been re-elected for the second term to the Central Council of ICI for the period of 22 to 25. The list of contributions involvement in the last 3 years are, in terms of technology, with reference to self-service portal, the new ICI website, digital learning hub, UDIN, CA Connect portal, driving the finance and tax literacy drive of ICI with 11 languages in the website, VCare portal for senior members and many more to list out. With reference to subject, introducing forensic standards to the world of accounting professionals nationally and internationally, introducing specialized certificate courses on ABCD of technology, revamping forensic accounting and information systems audit course, which is accepted globally, revamping the entire peer review process, working on new networking guidelines and more. He continues to hold the board membership of XBRL India, Quality Review Board, Peer Review Board and Financial Review Reporting Board, in addition to Tax Audit Quality Review Board. Currently for the year 22-23, he is the chairman of Board of Studies Academics, Digital Reengineering and Transformation Committee, Center of Excellence, Hyderabad, vice chairman of Digital Accounting and Assurance Board, and is also a member of 11 technical committees and 10 non-technical committees. He is a member of the Federation of Telangana Chambers of Commerce and Industry, Indo-American Chamber of Commerce, TAI and CO Forum, Hyderabad. Prior to joining to the profession of chartered accountancy, CA Daniva Sharma was actively involved in stock market activities from the period 1993 to 98 and is also a qualified member of Association of Mutual Funds of India since 2004. Apart from this, CA Daniva Sharma, to his credit, has a plethora of other achievements. He has been instrumental in taking the firm into an international arena and developed working relations with different countries and 5 cities nationally. Their group is one of the kind to be called Indian multinational firms or Make in India firm of chartered accountants. He has been covered by the Coffee Table Book and recognized as Young India Visionary by IMG Innovative Media Group in whole of UAE. He continues to deliver lectures at ICI and other educational institutions on accounting, taxation and management topics. At ICI, national and international forums, he took sessions and seminars on 23 plus topics, including topics like practice management, auditing and assurance, taxation, direct and indirect, company law and allied laws. With this very brief profile, I welcome CA Daniva Sharma to address the members on networking, merger and new advertisement guidelines. Welcome to you, Daniva Sharma.
So I'm back again with the ended statement, aspirational society and the 5 pledges. And how are we going to transform our entire practice is something you will not believe that, not only at the individual level. I was just talking to a couple of them, they were telling that, we have come to listen to this session, not this session in the sense the entire program, because of certain doubts which are there, continuing to be there. I don't think any one of us have stopped dreaming. When you talk about the Prime Minister's statement, aspirational society, aspiration means dream. And I think all of us dream to grow in true spirit. We all come through the process where a lot of difficulties are there, a lot of challenges are there, and particularly at this point in time, I think all of us sitting here have got the biggest challenge of getting a resource. Am I right or wrong? Who doesn't have, can they raise hand? So what is the message? Could you gauge? What is the message? Can anyone just stand up and tell? If you are not getting resources, what is the message which is there? Either there are 2 options. Well, let's play Kaun Banega Crorepati. But I have only 2 options. That people are not interested to come and see, or the society is expanding very fast, where the existing people are getting absorbed quick. Which is the right answer, first or second? Right? Second is the answer, right? How many agree to second? Raise your hand, don't let us make it more interactive. So by balance, I should assume that it is the first one, right? That people stopped coming to CA. That's not the case. Let me just share with you, when compared to the last 3 years, this year has been the highest intake of 1,20,000 students for foundation. So you think that, people are not coming to this profession. Let me just clear up that myth that you are wrong. The demand is very high. The need is very much there. When you talk about the CMI, recruitments and campus placements, the short supply of people has been a biggest challenge for ICI as well. Now, what is the message which is coming out for all of us? We should be happy or we should be sad about this? Selfishly, if you ask, sad. But profession, you ask, the happiest moment. I think in 73 years, such kind of demand was never been envisaged. This is the difference. What and how you want to perceive this entire growth story is something which we have to actually evaluate. Let's sit, relax and just think for a moment. Last how many years, Chandrababu, how many years back you qualified?
10 years back.
10 years back. Sir, yours? 40 years back. Umesh, when did you qualify? 98. So how many years? 24. Guru sir?
Sir, I feel bored 30 years.
30 years. Apna Murli sir, you qualified, I think, you are senior for us. 1980. Just see all these years put together in a proper sequence and evaluate what was their need at that point in time, what was the society need at that point in time, what was the country need at that point of time. Versus in 22 you stand and see what is that is desired. I'll just give you a very simple example. My nephew, forget about any other person. He comes to me and asks me, first question is, should I do CA or ACCA? When grandfather is being a council member, Chacha is a council member, he dares to bloody come and talk and say that, do I do ACCA or a CA? So first line of thinking which is changed is this. So second thing, okay, I'll do CA. Which firm should I join? Arey, my firm is there, you come and join, bhai. He says, no, I'll come and join you, but not now, at a later point in time. I want a different exposure, I want this, I want that. What is happening in the entire process is the showcasing of the firms who have been doing fantastically well and shown that we are larger than life. Those people have actually inspired even a person from a chartered accountant family to actually drag that boy or girl into that firm. In this period of 30 years, did we think about doing it? Let us reevaluate. I am not bothered. Don't, I'm today telling you, I'm confessing, and rather I'm telling you sorry in advance if I'm making certain blunt statement in this discussion, because time has come. When I'm talking about aspirational society, I'm talking about so many things which are attached to it, and the kind of investment which is going to come into India. What is the demand which is going to be there in India? Obviously, if a big, I can take certain liberties to talk to some person's name. Mayur is my article there. I want to ask you whether you desire to do a very big client?
Yes, definitely.
Definitely, right? Now, I ask you one more question. Will the big client come to you? Why? It is only simple, because you are small. So when you are aspiring to work with a bigger organization, the bigger organization will aspire to work with you, provided you create that ecosystem in the entire way of looking at things. That is how the concept of 100 large firms was being talked about by the Prime Minister not now in 2017. When he talked, I think we all got little hurt. We got little hurt. But really today what is happening, this is what the reality is coming before all of us. I was speaking to Gaurav and Raghuvir also, that how the transformation of practice will take place. I think you are able to see that entire discussion. Many people have interacted with me for the practice setup. But what is happening is everyone is dreaming to be big, but no one is working towards an action. We are happy to be alone, restricted, but you want to dream big. The gap is gone. Time has changed. Earlier I could do a VAT practice separately, I could do a income tax practice separately, I could do a audit practice separately, I could do anything separately. But today, after the regime of GST, the fact has been all laws have been subsumed. And if you go back and see one simple thing, sir, forget everything. Every day we are seeing it around. Pankaj bhai, you have been talking about, right? AIS. Right? AIS, right? I am not good in income tax. So AIS. What is AIS? Have you thought about it? How government has evolved itself? How they are thinking? What they are thinking? Are we able to sit and think? Or we are just running behind those things which have actually been triggered? We are running behind a bullet, if you ask me. You cannot catch that bullet. Only thing is, if you are in the front facing back, you will be shot, the bullet will further go ahead. And this is the reality. Transformation has already come. You are talking about, Suresh Prabhuji you heard, Industry Revolution 4.0. Rather, I will just, little correction I will do. There is a Industry Revolution 5.0 also in pipeline to make. Am I right, Guru sir? What is 5.0? You can't even imagine. 5G, the day it is going to come, just see how the life is going to change. Now, still we are looking at what? इनकम टैक्स एज अ प्रैक्टिस खत्म हो गया भाई मेरे हिसाब में. Am I right, Hernando sir? What we used to do, I saw my father sitting with that form. वो बोलते थे कौन आया आके बैठने के बाद white paper लेकर. He used to put one T, calculate the entire purchase, sale and all those things, and then one printed form. Giri, correct? One printed form used to be there, whatever the ITR number, they used to tear from the page and commit. Here now the schemas are changing every day. The information asked is differently. Forget about asking. Now the point is, people who have forgotten the fixed deposits in the different bank accounts, they got to know that that fixed deposit is lying in my bank account. Am I right or wrong? So what is happening? Did you actually think? You cannot think because you are alone. Or might be with the 2 or 3 partners in the firm, and you might be thinking that I'll actually run behind it, I'll make it. Is it possible to do? Handling the day-to-day client pressure, handling the family, handling the articles, and if now the articles are not there, handling semi-qualified, graduate, this, that. Where is the time where we are actually thinking for tomorrow? Where is the time we are thinking the time for, like, in year to come, 2 years to come, where do we stand? Have you thought about it? Have you thought about it? My question is very simple, that you don't stare at me. I am asking a question. Why are we not thinking about it? Why are we not deliberating about it? A negative message is forwarded in a shortest second, not even a second gets completed, a negative message forwards, but where is that message which has been forwarded that, let's work together to make this profession with full of pride. When the government in last 8 years, take it from me, in last 8 years, the opportunity which has been given to chartered accountant, people think that doctors have got a good opportunity because of COVID. But no, wait. From last 8 years, go back and see what is the kind of changes in the laws have come and what is the certification is required by a chartered accountant. If certification is not required, what is the advisory which is required by a chartered accountant, from a chartered accountant? How many organizations are we actually going and tapping? Okay, marketing might be restricted approach for a practicing chartered accountant, but it doesn't stop you to do it in a different form. How many of us have actually thought, okay, this is where we need to reach, this is what the strategy has to be. Forget everything, sir. When our client is standing in a marriage together and you are quietly standing there, there will be 4 non-chartered accountants who will be talking, saying, my chartered accountant is this, my chartered accountant is this, I'll advise you what is there, my chartered accountant has given this kind of advice. But where is the discussion which is happening between chartered accountants that this is the new thing which I have learned today, why not you implement in your firm, what is that you have learned in, kindly share it with me. Forget everything now. Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, we are thinking that it is behind. For your information, Digital Learning Hub, we just evaluated on the council day, I gave a presentation in the council. You know how many years of learning experience we have completed in 2 years? 190 years of learning is completed in 2 years. That is our chartered accountants. When this learning is there, I am not able to understand where this is actually missing out. So many opportunities which are being talked about. When you talk about MDP, many people talk it is only for a large firm kind of thing. Why large firm? Why? You also go and start. I'll just give you one simple example. How many of you have read the ESG certification requirement? See? If this is the kind of gap with which we are sitting, do you know the other firms are doing a billing of crore rupees only on ESG certification and structuring? We are not up to date. We don't want to discuss what is SEBI talking about. SEBI has given the biggest mandate ever in the country to ICI to make social stock exchange guidelines. How many of you know social stock exchange guidelines? See? I'm sorry, I'm telling you. I'm putting it very point and blunt because I am for my profession, I am for my members, I am for my students. Where is the gap? Why those people who are actually being criticized, why are to be appreciated also? Because social stock exchange is a concept which each one of us as a small firms over a period of time have actually contributed to the society in form of charitable trust which we have done pro bono basis. That should be the pride of every chartered accountant over a period of time. Whereas today the large firms are taking a huge fees. So please go and read. Now, why is this gap there? That's only and only because we are not creating an environment to sit and learn together. And that is where the entire concept of networking guidelines has come. I was fortunate to be part of the group who drive the entire process. You know how many meetings have happened between the 6-7 council members? 19 meetings we sat, full day to get this networking guidelines out. And now we are working on international networking guidelines, where an Indian firm can do a networking with the international firm. Now, what is that? Earlier it was not allowed. Now I'll tell you something. While I was doing the CRET. In the CRET we discussed one particular point. Why an article should not be allowed to do articles outside India? You agree or not? You know what is the new regulation which we are introducing, which has been in principle approved by Ministry of Corporate Affairs? A student who is a chartered accountant student of ICI can do articles under any chartered accountant or a CPA of an institute which is a member of IFAC. Now that means if my son or daughter wants to do CA, they can enroll their course in ICI and they can do articles anywhere in the world. Is it not the biggest change we can think about? And don't you think we should be applauding our institute for thinking in that line? Where are we moving towards? Is something which we need to re-evaluate. Is it only institute moving forward? Is it the members moving forward? Is something which we need to really look into and really work on certain aspects. So today let me come back to the presentation, which is the most important thing I think, and you all will be surprised in the statistics which I am going to share with you. I don't know, surprised or get excited, but yes, let me just share the statistics with you. This is the statistics which chup ja raha hai tera. Aa gaya? Just see the statistics. I got this 4 breakouts and just see the kind of growth which has been there. क्या हुआ? Yep. So the number of CA and FCAs, ACAs and FCAs on 1st January 2019 we had 2,73,000, which is increased to 3,59,000. What is the percentage increase? Just see this in ACA and FCA. Similarly, the number of people who are holding COP and not holding COP increases 18% and 44% increase in non-COP holders. That means these non-COP holders don't think they are actually sitting in industry alone. They are sitting in certain firms which they are chartered accountant firms, but they are not holding COP, working under a CA firm. So just minus that entire thing and just imagine out of 3,59,000, 1,55,000 are COP holders directly and 2,03,000 firm people are actually non-COP holders. If you minus it, so 50% assuming will be in practice and 50% in industry, right? Now tell me one thing, forget about industry, let's talk only about practice. In a population of 130 crores, with AIS being one of the most critical aspect, will this 2 lakh chartered accountants be sufficient for addressing all those people? Supply is inevitable, however it is going to go for a toss. Agreed or not? Where will be the supply? It's not there. Why? Let us do an evaluation. One statement here, the future belongs to the competent. Get good, get better, be the best. But just see the statistics, whether this is 3 years back statistics which I have put. 3 years back exactly, 4 years back rather. 3rd year, 4 years back statistics it is. If you see, totally 88,300 firms have been there registered with the ICI, out of which 62,137, which is amounting to 70% of the entire practice setup, is proprietary concern. Right? What for that was? Bank audit, bank audit, bank audit. What happened in the process? We created such a huge divide. Rather than creating a multi-storied building, we created small huts or maybe a small house, and we all were living in that one room. Whereas some other people have grown it in a very large manner. Just see, it is 51 and above, 10 firms are only there. That's it. Who are those 10 firms also, you will get to know very clearly. I don't have to talk. But if you talk about 10 to 11 to 15 or 16 to 20 firms, partner firms, are only 288.64. If you talk about 30 partner firms, it is no 28, whereas we have 29 states. We don't have a single one firm for one state which is in a range of 30 partner firms. Is it a good message? Then can we actually do it big? Will we be in position to make big? Now, just I want to give, this is 4 years back statistics, right sir? Now I took a statistics of 1st July 22, 4 years gap. After seeing so much of transition which is taking place, where do we stand? Have we learned something out of it? Of this entire growth story, asking the people want bigger companies, bigger firms, bigger firms, bigger firms. Good firms, which are 2 partners, 3 partners who have been doing a great job, 30 years, 40 years of their association. But what happened? They lost it with a big firm. Why? Because they are not able to move forward. But have you learned out of it that we tend for, there are so many people sitting in this hall, right? And non-sitting people also. How many people are close friends in this profession? Many are there. Many are there. They want to say they enjoy their, correct Mastan? So many people go for a holiday together, go for a dinner together, they go for family get-togethers together. They actually are closest friends, but they are not partners in the firm. Why? Fear. I lose something. Chalo, 4 saal mein what did we learn? Have we learned when the nation is going to a level where the Prime Minister from the every stage is shouting that $5 trillion economy, that means business has to come inside, right? And you are seeing so many businesses actually come. How many people visited the T-Hub new one? Oh my God, 3 people. Superb. And we want business. 3 people in this entire hall of 4 people. What is the new development? We are not aware. We still want to do. Why are we not able to do? Why are we not able? Have you assessed? Why? Then, because you are alone sitting in the office. You are alone sitting in the office. You are alone sitting in the office. Even if your child's school you need to visit, the first problem is what do I do for my client? वो गाड़ी लेकर स्कूल के तरफ जाता है, मुड़कर, because I am alone. I am not able to move forward. I am not able to contribute. I am not able to sit, learn, do, go and attend certain new programs, new ideas which are actually being incubated across the length and breadth of the country. Right? So ये actual facts है. उमेश भाई, ये आपके लिए पूरे input है आपके session के लिए. Right? तो मैं जवाब देते जा रहा हूँ आपको. This is the new learning of 4 years. So much change, no? 70.37 has become 70.65. Proprietary concerns mushrooming. How is it possible for a person to go and service a client? Just think it. Think for a moment. Versus 10 partner, this is 51 and above, was 10 retained to be 10. What is the message? They still hold a strong foot. Why? If you are getting angry on me, I'll stop my session here. You want me to share or you want me to? Sure, sir. Guru sir, you are telling anything going wrong, sir, everyone has to blame Guru sir only. Right? Just see what is the growth, what is the percentage, where are we standing in the entire ecosystem? In a country of 130 crore population, where the government is telling that we are going to come out with a new investment scheme, this is coming out, that is coming out, what is an exception to China is only India, only India, only India, whether it is skilled labor, unskilled labor, whatever you talk about, investment opportunity, trust, goodwill, factors, opportunity for creating, where is the internal consumption pattern which is there, only India. All these companies are coming into India, but what is happening in India? We prepare the projected financial statements of a client. Where is our projection? How many of us have actually thought about the budget concept? How many of us have actually thought about how do we actually create a right firm? Whether I should be only in Hyderabad, whether I should be having multiple offices, where do I reach out? Right? ठीक है इधर तक नेटवर्किंग गाइडलाइन की बात करूंगा भाई मैं बट वो नेटवर्किंग का पर्पस यही है पूरा नाउ जस्ट सी दिस स्टैटिस्टिक्स व्हिच आई पुल्ड आउट फ्रॉम यूडिन साइट you go to the GST and tax audit where 3CB section 44AB 26,26,000 this was before the increase of limit of tax audit. You go to GSTR 9C and all, everything is gone. That numbers you minus and multiply with an average price, that much of business is not there. If you think so. But if you actually think it in a manner that AIS or the GST returns which are to be filed, how qualitatively you can advise a client is a call that you need to take. You just see the statistics. I'll share this presentation so that you all will keep it in your front and you can evaluate every time where do we stand, right? Then what is our focus area? Even today it is basically, it is already I have talked about certain slides in past also. But the point is, because it is a repeat session for networking, I had to take certain slides from my previous slides. The point is bank audit, project finance, direct and indirect tax representation, Ind AS, systems audit. Technically, if you talk about direct and indirect tax representations, now that is also gone faceless. Everyone thought this will be a biggest failure. Where did we head? What is happening? You think that it is going to come again physical in form. The income tax department, if you go, वो पूरा सन्नाटा है, भूत बंगला है. Even if you want to go and meet someone, you are also saying waste. I need kalsi kuda aim aitadi aim kaadu. I assessment where they grind. Correct or not, sir? Shivaji sir, correct no? So if you see, these all things have actually undergone change, and lot of things are coming into technology side. And most of the work which was being done by us humanly is now going to move towards technology, whether you like it or not. We have been the bonded labor for the nation. Okay, we can take a pride in saying that the GST was stabilization. Only and only chartered accountants have played the role. But what has happened is when you did the stabilization there, we have become redundant in the process. Now the entire thing, everything is matching, tuck, 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 tuck. I was just talking in the council the other day and I was saying, sir, the problem is ICI should give a white paper to the government of India. What is that white paper? Have you thought about it? You just sequentialize the events. When do you sign the statutory audit? When do you sign the tax audit? When do you do the GST? Is the sequence right, tell me? Is the sequence right? So what are we doing as chartered accountants rather than giving advice to the government saying that by enough, now let us actually rework. So what is happening? Statutory audit we first finalize, then you have to think about what is given there, let me tally it with it. Then what is happening is we have to tally with the turnover of GST and expenditure. Is it the right approach? Now what is going to happen? Just visualize. Let us be loud. Let us be very critical in thinking. Why should not be a day that income tax audit and GST audit will be combined together? Why are you not thinking about this? Is it possible? Yes. 100% it is possible. Why do you think that every statutory audit will be required, the statutory audits will be required in time to come? I'll just give you one presentation. I did one small analysis. Just see this. The biggest of the economies in the world, the smallest of the economy in the world, whether it is United States of America, there is no legal requirement for privately held entities to have audited financial statements. Privately held. Ease of doing business. GST audit. Income tax. AIS. Just combine all these things together. Are we moving towards that regime? Think for a moment. Youngsters, I am telling you, it is high time that you, rather than thinking on earning, start thinking on learning. That's the most important fact. The laws are same, only that way we are going to work is undergoing to go change. So this is the criteria. You see Malaysia, turnover 1 million, below 1 million, asset size below 3 million, 0.3 million, employee count. To that level, people have gone, countries have gone forward, and I am telling you one fact, today the GST is recording all my purchase, sale and expenditure transaction very effectively. Yes or no? Including, just visualize, even a bank transaction which you are doing and debit which is happening for your GST amount. Automated. So many things are coming out where you are saying, I forgot to take this entry in the accounts, let me start taking entry in the accounts. A time was there, we were ahead and government was behind. Now government is ahead, we are behind. There is a lot learning which we need to go through, and that can happen only if we don't stay alone. That I am going to talk about. That is why the networking guidelines is actually coming into play. There is a lot amount of deliberation which has taken place. So let me just take you through the next networking guidelines which is there. One statement which I made today morning while going through, that was, I'll just read it for you. What do we want to do? Is leaders must manage change or it will manage them. Is it right statement? Leaders must manage change or it will manage them. We are actually getting managed at this point in time. So, considering these factors, the statement is united in diversity is something which we all have to think. Time has come where we all have to come together, form a fairly large system to ensure that we stand together, we deliberate together, we discuss together, we share together. Not only money, it's basically knowledge. Knowledge multiplies wealth. That is the way I look at it. It doesn't add, it multiplies wealth. Only and only if we are standing together. With the statistics, if I would like to show, just see 63,000 firms are proprietary in nature when compared to 62. You see the 2 partners, 5 partners, I don't think we are going to take anywhere else if you have to learn something new and different. When I am doing something in our families, we can actually take a lot of examples from our own normal life and reevaluate. Now, you know what happened in the networking guidelines? Because networking guidelines is not complicated. I just had to take you to the statistics. I have to create a thought process. Why even from BNI and C?
Right. Yeah. So now we have a clear understanding that because the idea of BNI is only market, none of the members who are still registered members or members of our institute can be a part of BNI at all. And there is going to be a serious action taken against people who are still participating as members of BNI and still the member of the institute.
So only thing which you need to understand between this entire process is institute doesn't do anything suo moto. Institute has to wait for a complaint to come. You join a BNI, if Sunil is not happy with you, he will give a complaint to the institute and the proceeding will start.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So now here we are looking for somebody to be a whistleblower. Okay. If anybody is a whistleblower, then the proceedings can start.
Obviously. That is a limitation of the act also. But however, thank you all. Thank you very much. If I have hurt any sentiment of any of you, but that intention was only from a point of view that, how do we actually collaborate and make this entire profession grow in a true spirit. We get ready for the 100 years of independence in true sense, and give the nation what is desired from us. Thank you all. Thank you very much.
Members, I'm sure the session was very interesting and it was enlightening to all of us in terms of networking. This is one topic which was very absorbing and I was very keen to participate and understand the new guidelines which are coming in. I'm sure with all the details C.A. Daniva Sharma has given, it's an eye-opener for all of us, and I'm sure his suggestions and advice and networking guidelines which Institute has come up will help us to grow big and achieve the criteria as required by us. So can I request C.A. A.V. Ratnam Garu to come and present a memento and shawl to the speaker of the session. Okay. So I thank C.A. Daniva Sharma for sparing his time and being and addressing the members on this topic and enlightening all the members on various nuances of networking and merger and advertisement guidelines. Thank you, C.A. Daniva Sharma. So now hand over to the. So and I request C.A. Chengal Reddy to come over and conduct this next session. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the second technical session. I request past chairman C.A. Tiruptai Garu to come forward and present a bouquet to the speaker of the session, Guru Prasad Garu. At the outset, I convey my grateful thanks to the chairman and members of the committee for members in practice of ICI, who are the organizers of the today's national conference, and the Hyderabad branch managing committee for hosting this national conference under the aegis of CMP committee. I think we have seen lot of theoretical speeches. I think today probably we have seen all the practical approach oriented sessions by C.A. Daniva Sharma as well as right now Guru Prasad Garu. How to reach from 2 staff to 500 staff or 2 clients to 500 clients as morning indicated by our past chairman. I think I believe our speaker will enlighten on how we have to build the firm as well as the how to hire the eminent and skilled staff and how to reach from 2 staff to 500 staff. I think my privilege to introduce the speaker of the session, Guru Prasad Garu, is a chartered accountant from ICA, Bachelor of Commerce and Law from Bangalore University, and also he completed Advanced Management Program from IIM Bangalore. He is a qualified insolvency professional registered under the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India. He is a certification program in Constitutional ISPR in progress. His experiences: a 400 people accounting firm, board advisory practice, business development, culture and strategy, as a founder partner and Guru and Jana from 2003 to date. a SEBI registered angel investment fund founder, as well as he is a partner earlier, Abrana and Anantam from 1994 to 2003. He is the founder of Guru and Jana, a chartered accountant firm, a firm which is only firm in India to file tax returns on 1st April. Paperless, lockless e-office, Global Thoughts Leadership Award from a Accounting Bulletin Award. He had a vision to be amongst the top 20 chartered accountant firms in India by 2020 and now have a vision to clone the firm. The new vision is titled Eridu. Eridu means signifying second one. Would create a firm based on values and highest level of professional ethics. As a volunteer, past trustee of IIM Bangalore Alumni Trust, independent director in over 10 companies, member of peer review board, QRB and FRRB, author of God in the Boardroom. He represents India subcontinental in the HLBI Global Tech Group, board advisor to Vishwakarma University Group of Education, has written 8 technical guides, peer review manual and DCMM manual on behalf of ICA, trustee for 3 NGOs. With this brief introduction, now I present Guru Prasad Garu to the August audience. Sir, now the podium is yours, sir.